So, again, without further ado, I have to crown our new champion, Jackie Agnew, with the coveted Comedy Brawl Championship belt.
Put that thing on.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah.
It weighs more than Jackie does.
She's maybe 6 inches taller than it.
Yes.
Welcome back to Show Me Yours podcast with Jackie and Jonny. I'm Jackie Agnew.
I'm Jonny DeVito.
And thank you so much for joining us here again. Or if it's your first time, welcome.
Oh, that's even cooler. What's
How
up,
you
man?
doing?
Yeah.
Why don't you drop a comment, introduce yourself, and start off this beautiful friendship.
Yeah, don't be a stranger. You can
Yeah.
reach out to us. Like, we are probably the most accessible
Yeah.
people. You know what
Yeah.
I mean, right? Slide into them Ds.
Yeah, slide right into the D's. And while you're at it, why don't you just hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, whichever
whereabouts. You know what I mean?
whereabouts. Give us a follow on Instagram, like us on Facebook, follow us on TikTok.
Yeah.
Leave us a review if you're listening on Apple Podcasts.
All that good stuff.
5 stars.
Preferably.
If you want to leave us any other stars, then just don't bother.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, if you're the kind of person that leaves something like negative on the internet, then
Yeah.
we don't necessarily need you around. Like,
Yeah, that's not the energy that we're
we're here bringing positivity to the
Yeah,
people. You know what I mean?
exactly.
That's all. That's the only thing that we ever wanted to do.
Yeah, and share us with your friends publicly so we can see it and know that you're not a liar.
Something must have happened there. I don't know.
And, encourage your friends to join the Flasher community.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
important, you know what I mean? Like, you hear a lot of bad things about trench coats and weird people, but, like, you're going to find that once you get into the community, you know, you're going to love it.
Yeah,
It's true.
So get to flashing and share away.
Super weird, but a lot of fun. This is going to be a good app. Big news is happening. I mean, they're gonna see finally somebody's paying the bills around here for us, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, we got D. Justin Nichol on. You know what I mean, right? Like the House of Comedy legend, the host of the Comedy Brawl. You know what I mean, right? Like, and you know, we're talking to the current champion of said Comedy Brawl. This is a real fun one. This is a good one.
Yeah, we did. Justin Nichols returning. Longtime flashers might remember him. He came on in the summer, and we lost half the video.
Well, he brought the drink of the summer, and
he brought the drink of the summer. Oh boy, this one is a little bit more tame.
Yep.
For the better.
Yep, I think so. We actually. Yeah, we didn't go as wild. I mean, we love a wild episode, right?
We
but this
love
one,
a wild ep.
Yeah.
This one was more of just like a
good one.
A good one, yeah. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. We did a little Comedy Brawl breakdown. And, so open up those ear holes and gobble up.
I'm not going to condone that, but I will stand beside it because, Jackie, like, we breed positivity in here, and we don't put each other down.
Yeah.
Check the episode out.
Yeah, Justin Nichol, everyone. Santa baby. It's holiday season, and you don't know what to get as a gift or stocking stuffer?
Unreal.
Well, our sponsor today, Manscaped, has the tools to guarantee you win this year's stocking stuffer competition. Manscaped, thank you for giving me an excuse to get all the gifts he's been needing year-round. They've changed more than 4 million men worldwide for the better. And if my math is correct, that's almost 8 million balls.
I mean, if you give or take some due to like some accidents, maybe some cancerous kind of things, right? But I'm going to say, the amount of balls is astronomical.
Yeah, and you can get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com when you use the code SHOWMEYOURS. Ho, 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 fellas. Naughty or nice, 'tis the season to perform. Ladies, you know what I mean.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know if you've ever come face to face with a hairy ball sack, but it's not a fun time. You know, one time I was hooking up with this dude and his balls smelt and tasted like cumin.
Ooh.
And I'm not saying it's because he didn't shave his balls, but it certainly did not help.
You could definitely, you could trace that, trail of cookie crumbs, back to not taking care of your nuts.
Yeah, if there's one thing, what a turnoff to, be in the moment, and then you go down on your fella, and it's just a complete shitstorm down there.
Just coarse.
Yeah. You
Nobody
don't
likes
want
that. You don't want that in your teeth and your mouth. Come on, take care of yourself. Take care of your partner. Take care of the people you love.
Yeah, so head on over to Manscaped. Their best-selling product is the Performance Package 4.0, which is at the top of every man's wish list this year. In there, you'll find the Lawnmower Body Trimmer, the best trimmer on the market for his balls, back, and chest. The list goes on. Manscaped sent us the Lawnmower 4.0, and it did the trick. And let's not forget the Weed Whacker ear and nose trimmer. Equally important. You want to cover those ears and nose hairs. You want to, hit them up, at least occasionally.
Gentlemen, we're getting older. I mean, do you want to be like that, that old gross substitute teacher that came in with like 4-inch ear hair coming off the side? Like he had no fucking idea how much he just disgusted every single one of us. You don't want to be that.
Traumatized children. I'm
still thinking about it. 31.
And there's also their famous liquid formulations, the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, which they were nice enough to send us, and the Crop Reviver Ball Toner.
Game changer.
To keep him smelling nice down there. I gotta say, they smell delightful.
Yeah. Sprayed them on my balls last night, and what a game changer.
Right? Got home, we were out, at a show, things were getting heated, Shit happens.
Absolutely.
Got back, did a little spritz on the balls, and oh boy.
Like I never left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fresh out of the shower.
You're getting yourself a deal with the Performance Package. Order now to receive their 2 free gifts, including the Manscaped anti-chafing boxers, which I am currently wearing, and ladies, these ain't just for the fellas. These feel delightful on your lady parts as well. I'm not sure what the fabric is exactly, but it is delightful.
As a guy that chafes, I can't tell you how much this material means to me.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be a game changer all around.
Yeah,
I'm very excited.
You'll also find the Shed travel bag in there, which is really nice. It's a nice little, there you go. Nice little pouch there to carry all your products in. You don't want them just jostling around.
You don't leave your lawnmower in the rain. Take care of your equipment.
Yeah. Ladies, this is the perfect gift for you and your man. And trust me, he will thank you. Now, these are our picks for Manscaped Surefire Win stocking stuffers this year. There's the Manscaped 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. This was just launched. Get in on the ground floor. And it's about time he stopped stealing yours. Then there's the Manscaped Cologne Infused Body Wash. Ladies, you might want to borrow this one too. I'm telling you, their products smell so good.
Fantastic.
There's the Shears 2.0 Luxury 4-piece Nail Kit. Don't forget about those nails. Don't sleep on that nail care, fellas. Crop Mops Ball Wipes, the go-to solution for his stanky balls. And then there's the Manscaped Signature Cologne, just to tie it all together, why not? And so these formulations, they're all vegan, which I love, cruelty-free.
Which I love. Jackie, really into cruelty.
Dye-free, sulfate-free, paraben-free, so his cojones are in good hands. So make sure you hurry on over to manscaped.com to ensure these wild gifts show up in time for the holiday season. And while you're at it, get 20% off plus free shipping with the code SHOWMEYOURS at manscaped.com. Whether this is for your partner, dad, brother, friend, acquaintance, Get them something that they'll actually use, and it's almost sure to get a laugh, which is always fun on Christmas morning.
Well, I mean, on Christmas, that's the best part. You know what I mean? You're going to give, everybody gets a giggle like, oh, balls, these are hilarious. But then what really matters is that your dad is going to go and shave his nuts probably for the first time in upwards of 50 years.
Yeah.
You are going to change that man's life. You are going to change your mother's life.
Yeah, exactly. And you can shave anywhere with these mats. These ball-shaving mats, you don't get hair everywhere. Last night, Jonny started shaving his balls right in this chair. We didn't realize we had these mats in our possession. If we did, maybe I wouldn't be sitting in his ball hair now.
That's true, but hey, if you've ever experienced what it's like to shave your balls in the dark, now you can, because Manscaped 4.0 has a little light on it, and it works tremendously.
So get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with the code SHOWMEYOURS. That's Show Me Yours, all one word. Cheers to rocking the best gifts of all this season. A gift for him, but really a gift for you. Thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring us, and happy holidays to our flashers.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. We are here with a very special episode. We have the head of the Comedy Brawl, Justin Nichols, Comedy Brawl, Justin Nichol, and
Justin
the current
Nichol of Justin Nichols Comedy Brawl.
Hey, I'm just doing it. I'm fun. We do no pre-production. We're just winging it first run. And trying to get to you, current champion of said Comedy Brawl. But Justin Nichol, welcome to the house.
Hey, guys. Hey,
you left your drink outside. Let me go grab it.
You didn't get that from me? Thanks, man. Thanks, buddy. Jonny, won't be the first drink I forget tonight. Jackie, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
I always enjoy doing this for the second time, always. So I guess just that one other time I enjoyed it.
Hey, you're going to enjoy it this time too. And we're not going to lose the video.
Yes. Do we charge everything up?
Everything is charged. Everything is good. We're running on full batteries.
We're running on full batteries. You're in
the
shot.
full frame there. If you feel uncomfortable far away, then you can come in.
Yeah, wherever you're comfortable.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but the whole couch is in the.
This is what happens if you smoke a joint right before you turn the camera on. Am I cool?
Should I be closer to you?
Is everything going to be fine?
I'm freaking out, man.
Remember, you're a professional and you're in a safe space to hate.
All right.
Say whatever you want.
That's cool. I'm happy to be here, man. I've had a great week of comedy, and to cap it off, hanging out with you dudes is dudes and dudettes.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, hims and zers and whatever else you are.
It depends. We switch back and forth all the time.
That's the best way to do it.
Of course,
Best
right?
way to do it, man.
Keep them guessing.
Fluid.
Yeah, man. The fucking variety box of life, right?
Oh, that's what they call it. That's what they call it. That's what they call it. Every time.
That's a bisexual joke.
Show you a variety box right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Jack, you should open with that next brawl. Yeah, man. It was. How was your guys' week so far?
It was good.
Week was solid overall.
Yeah,
definitely.
We were pretty busy. Doing shows.
Yeah. We got we got a couple a couple of cool things that we can't really announce, but that are in the works and stuff. So as far as moving forward, I mean this month in general, right? I mean some good stuff, some good wins, but overall solid, man.
Yeah.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
I guess I could. This will be the first time I'll announce it publicly. I have a new show starting in January.
That's what's up.
January 29th. It's at the Big Rock Brewing, just off of I think it's West 3rd or West 4th, in near Olympic Village.
Nice.
So Saturday, January 29th. Bringing you all pro shows, top headliners across Canada. It's gonna be awesome. We'll get you guys on.
Hell yeah!
And it's gonna be changing. I like that we're upping. Comedians are adjusting to the new outlook and the new environment.
Definitely.
And bringing you better and better shows.
Hell yeah!
And that's gonna be one of them.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, do you find it weird right now? I mean, obviously everybody is finding the whole scene a little bit difficult to kind of navigate, obviously, with only one club in town. You know what I mean, right? Do you find it is there so much that it's oversaturated, or is there do we need to push this even further?
I think we're in a weird transition right now, but I'm proud of the scene for staying alive.
Yeah, man.
And you've seen a lot of hustle out of people and stuff.
Yeah.
I think you do have. I mean, with the good comes the bad. I think you do have some comics with not a lot of experience running shows right now, and they just have to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
And you got to pay your comics,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And
it's pretty important.
don't let them Don't do anything for free. Stop doing things for free. That's what I want to tell them. Stop doing things for free. Yeah. You bring a value. You bring value to that business. And if you need help or you need advice, then reach out to somebody. Comics are extremely narcissistic, and they love to explain to you what they know and left learn.
Yes.
No shortage of resources. But I like where it's going. And Vancouver's a bit cliquey, but overall, man, I'm happy to be here, and I've had a really good couple months, and I've seen a lot of people that I consider good friends in comedy doing really well too. So I think overall the scene is recovering and getting a lot better.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you guys are on the ground level, and not ground level, but like you're on the warpath every single day. You're grinding it out. You would see too. I think there's more good than bad.
I mean, right now it's great. There's a lot of competition, right? When I get into the room, I mean, you can't think about it as like in a position like where I'm in, I want every goddamn spot that's available, right? You know, and there's so when you're looking around and you get to some shows, you're thinking like, okay, who the fuck are these people, right? But then there are a lot of really good comics out there. When I'm seeing, if you're not seeing your name on a list, there's a lot of 10 other really good people or whatever that are all fighting for the same spots. So I mean, it is a competitive environment, and I mean, it just makes you want to like sharpen that shit up, right? So when I do get on there, like let them know I was there, right?
Yeah. I think it's a good thing. Like we were just talking about this with Marito. There are so many like great comics in Vancouver who are like so hungry too, and so it just forces you to like work harder, write more, try and be better,
and be smarter. Like you got to know what. Really, like a plan is always a very good thing, because there's so many comics you see and you're like, why aren't they further ahead? And you ask them why aren't they? Because they're not doing the things that they should be doing. They're not submitting. They're not clipping. They're not doing things. And I was that guy for a long time. Trust me.
Totally.
Just a lot of wasted effort. Like, I'm doing well at shows, but I'm not doing. And it's like, have you submitted? Have you reached out to someone? Have you clipped any sort of content? And I finally started to do that and feeling a lot better. And it's actually made it a lot more fun too.
Yeah, it is
you guys
fun.
have tons of content. So.
Totally.
Yeah, and it's a lot of work. But I mean, I think that's how you get. More people to see you, obviously. And it is weird because like the like self promotion is like a skill that doesn't necessarily go hand in hand with comedy. And so a lot of comedians who are really fucking funny just don't know how to promote themselves, and so then they don't move forward as quickly as they should.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've just noticed too, like comics, like they're very rarely is it just the funniest person. You have to have that other end of it, right?
Yeah,
totally.
Smarts as well. Sonny Dollywall, very funny comic. I'm sure your audience have heard of him. Good friend of mine. He always taught me this thing of book 3 months in advance if you can. Always book 3 months in advance, and then just keep filling it, because when you get to the end of the week and you're like, I didn't bother to book anything next week. It's a wasted week.
Totally.
Probably not going to get many spots that week. So Sonny would always be booking like he'd message someone and be like, oh, sorry, man, I'm booked up for the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. He's like, how about the 5th or 6th week?
Yeah, no shit.
How about the 7th week? I'll take whatever your next one is.
Yes.
Oh, we don't book that far. How about just one more? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's very smart, man.
Yeah.
And, it takes a little bit of organizing and like remembering all stuff, but it pays off, and you're always way ahead of it. And that's what I would recommend to comics. Just get up as much as you can, but also know your worth, and just I don't know, man. All these other advice, just have fucking fun.
Well, I think that's
the thing.
Like,
that is what it should be about.
At the end of the day, like, yes, this is content and shit, but it's I'm shooting the shit with my buds, right? Like at the end of the day, like this is like what I want to do. If I didn't do comedy, I didn't do any of this. Like, I mean, or this is what I got into it, like, to do, right? I mean, obviously, stand up is the prime, objective, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, this is Saturday afternoon, and it's still pushing the thing forward, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I was looking forward to hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
I guess that's what because I wanted to hang out and talk about Jackie's huge victory at Justin Nichol's fucking Comedy Brawl at House of Comedy. An absolute huge victory, Jackie. And don't take this the wrong way, but a massive upset. Okay?
Oh yeah.
There was some pros on that show, and I put you up against a very solid first round opponent in Sebastian Bourgault.
Yeah.
And I said to Jonny a day or two before, and Peter Grant, I said, I think she has a really good chance. I think she has her style and all this stuff, and you came out bam, bam, bam. I mean, he had a pretty good set too.
Oh, for sure.
And you just had it. The judges loved you. Dino loved you. Dino's a bit scared of you, I think.
Yeah.
But, even Mark Dreesen, the other judge, was like, if my wife finds out I voted for you, that would be in trouble. So, again, without further ado, I have to crown our new champion, Jackie Agnew, with the coveted Comedy Brawl championship belt.
Put that thing on.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah.
It weighs more than Jackie does.
It's she's maybe 6 inches taller than it.
Yes. And I've never, I will say this right now, top 3 favorite moments of the Comedy Brawl for me, because it wasn't that it wasn't expected. Once you got to like the semis and the finals, people were like, "Oh no!" Like, you know what I mean? Like it was like you two and Peter all made the semifinals.
Yep.
Peter made the finals against you. So what a great showing!
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And basically the best you could ask for. If you had 3 people that were friends.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. I mean, going up against Peter in a semifinal is like we've roasted each other before twice now and stuff. So like at that point, like. I don't know. We're fucking around and having fun more than anything because the 3 of us are in there. So like at that point,
you guys' semifinal crushed.
Oh, totally.
Right?
And at that point, like it's for the show, right? Comedy competitions. Like I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't want that. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm not jealous as fuck right now that we're not having the same discussion about me, right? Because I was there too. You know what I mean? I was strong showing. You know, it's all good. But then, like I said, like once. Me and Peter in the semifinals in one bracket, Jackie in the finals the other with Jonny Paul, and like you know that hey, at least one of us is gonna fucking do this thing, right? And at that point, like we're all buds, and like I mean I'm half in the bag, probably fully at that point. I'm having a good fucking time, right? And I think that's the spirit of that. That's the spirit of that show, right? When some comics are like tripping about format and this and that, like I mean, if you
matchup, like this isn't fair. It's like
it's like,
dude, I'm going up against a fucking legit pro 2 years into the game, and fucking right. And you know, so I'm worried about it. But like, if you should be there to show and prove, like bring your best shit and fucking and do the damn thing.
It's weird to say, but you have to try to go into it not trying to win. Just having
100%.
a good set and having a good time.
Yeah.
Feel the vibe. If your opponent goes first, they get a good laugh. You got to feed off that vibe
and
that laugh. Maybe tag their joke and then go into yours. Maybe like you go, that was really funny, and then you misdirect and burn them, and then you go into your thing. The crowd loves that stuff.
Exactly.
And you both did it very, very well, and I was really proud of you guys. And it was the most fun brawl, I think, when you and Peter went up against each other in the final. Oh, first off, I want to say you guys in the semifinal.
Yep.
I think the joke of the night might have been that line that Peter said about you, where he said
tattoo.
The tattoo.
Yeah.
What was that?
Fuck that guy. Yeah, I got a tattoo of Tony the Tiger on my arm because saying I got fucked as a kid was too
on the nose. Yeah.
Fuck that guy. It's
so funny.
it's good when it comes from somebody that you love. Oh yeah, no, I turned around. I called him a racist. I love that goddamn joke that I tell about it.
I was in the back and I laughed so hard. I think one of you turned from the stage.
I did. I went. I was like, I'm like that one's for you, right?
Yeah.
Like, fucking.
Oh my god! I was on the fucking floor. That was so good. And then you and Peter against each other was amazing. And what was really cool is when you won and I put the belt on you. The belt like doesn't even fit. It's so small.
Big,
And number 2 though, when you and like you just beat Peter, but Jonny and Peter came up and put you on their shoulders.
Yeah.
We've never had anything like that picture. That
Yeah.
picture is so iconic. That
Hell
may be
yeah.
the best picture in Comedy Brawl history.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And then afterwards, for a first time ever, all the comedians except for one who was very proud of you. We're not gonna say who. We were all partying in the green room after.
So much
Yeah.
Pictures and
So
with
much
the
fun.
judges and everything. So
Yeah.
congratulations to you, lady.
Thank
It was
you.
awesome.
Thank you. It was
My
so much
question is,
fun.
how did it feel to win?
Good. I was not expecting it at all
Yeah.
because like I did so last time I did Comedy Brawl, I think it was in July. And I was super nervous for that one and went in because I'm really competitive. And so as soon as there's any like competition element, I just like want to win. And so for the first one, I was like really nervous and I got to the semifinals, but then I was against Alistair and yeah, I just like wasn't really doing, I had like burned my 2 best bits in like the first round. And so I was kind of just like grasping at straws and like I just wasn't as confident. And so then this time around, I like had no expectations of winning at all. And like it was kind of like last minute too, and so I was like, oh whatever, we'll just like go and have fun. And we were like we're having drinks beforehand.
When
and
we
like,
walked in with you and me and Peter and I can't remember the 4th one or whatever, but we all walked through the door and Walt, and we're like, well, the underdogs are here. And we just like we you know it, right? Like I mean, just for like less experience, you know what I mean? Right? Just straight up.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I tried to even out the matchups as much as I could. I had Peter against Aaron, and I mean, yeah, Steve against you, that was a mismatch. There was really no way around it.
But I don't know. Like, it turned out, like, at the end of the day,
really
like,
well.
I mean, I'm confident. I mean, I haven't been here long enough, but you put me up against anybody in that form of the show. I've done it before. I'm not going to shit my pants. I'm still going to do what I do. And and then lucky I came. Everybody does, yeah.
You can't think about what your opponent's going to do
Fuck
and their
no.
material. It's not your material. Your goal is to do your material.
Well, that's the good thing about this show,
Yeah,
right? Like, you're bringing your shit, right?
Yeah.
It's sport. That's why with the roast battle gets mean.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how?
Me and Jackie are so close. And the day after our roast, I'm just like, hey, you know what? Maybe let's like not hang out today.
He's like barely talking to me.
I need a day. I needed a day. I needed a
You
day.
need to know I had AIDS.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Why did you say that horrible thing about me in front of our friends?
So good. So fucking funny.
Yeah.
So when you're up there in the final and the judges are going through it, I think it went 1-1, didn't it? And then the
It
third
did.
judge,
I think so.
you didn't know anyway?
I think so.
So
yeah.
were you like just like, oh freaking, and then all of a sudden bam when it hits? Because I had never got to compete. I'm just curious.
Yeah. So I was really nervous. So after the first round, I wasn't sure how it was gonna go, but then like I did well, and so I was like a bit more confident. Then the semifinals, I was against Jonny Paul, and I was like, oh, I kind of thought I was like fucked. And like the funniest part of the night for me was like before that round, Jonny Paul and I were just like pacing the green room, like super nervous. And then we couldn't decide like who to go first.
Yeah.
And we were just like, you know, anxiously talking about it. We're like, well, let's just go, we'll let Justin decide. And we're backstage while Jonny and Peter's on stage. And you're like, well, let's flip a coin. Jonny, your heads, Jackie, your tails, and you flipped it, and when it's in the air, Jonny goes heads.
Veteran move. Veteran move. Awesome. I love that guy. Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. Oh, that was good.
It was so funny.
So then who
And
ended
then
up going first? I can't remember.
I went first, and then I was up there. And then when I went, and then when Jonny was going, I remembered I had this roast joke that I wrote for Jonny that I didn't use for our roast battle, and that would also work against Jonny Paul, and I didn't have to change anything because his name's Jonny.
I was talking to Jonny about that. He said, he's like, no, Jackie beat me fair and square. Her roast joke or whatever just killed, and she got a huge laugh from the audience. So Jonny Paul's such a beauty, dude.
Oh,
yeah.
But he even admitted, he's like, no, she had the right tactic. So you came out first and basically 8-miled him. Like, I know everything this bitch is doing.
It was the way to do it.
Yeah.
It was fun because like that joke fucked me up about a couple weeks earlier. So I'm sitting there. I'm sitting in the back and I could hear the setup and I'm like, ooh, you bitch. So when like it's a fucking good joke, so when the crowd fucking goes nuts, I'm like, I'm not laughing at the joke anymore. I'm looking at Jonny Paul like, I know how it feels.
I love it.
Yeah.
So
And Jonny Paul was so nice during that. Even when we were standing on stage and like waiting for the like listening to the judges, he was just like, you won. Like,
cool.
don't even. Yeah. And so then after that, going up against Peter, I wasn't that nervous.
Oh shit. Peter Grant, don't quit your fucking day job.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Show me yours hot take.
Look, I'm just gonna say this though. Okay, like I know, you were like, I'm gonna dominate this Aussie, but like Shane Clark was one of the judges. So for Peter Grant to make it to the final, dude, that he had to have a good night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It had to be undeniable.
Yeah.
Shane Clark hates us.
Yeah. And Peter like had like two like really good did really well for our round too. And so then after each round when we were listening to the judges, I didn't know how it went. Like every time it didn't feel super decisive. Yeah. And so, then we went, and afterwards I was like, I really like don't know like how it's going to go. And then I forget, I think it was, like 1-1. I think it was.
So it came down to the final judge.
Yeah. And then, I was just like really like surprised and like happy because I like winning. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Especially because we won't go into it, but the week leading up to that, I had like dealt with like some bullshit from like another comic who was like pretty condescending towards me and like kind of like tried to take me down a peg. Okay. And so I was like, I don't know, kind of like shaken up a bit after that. I'll tell you who it was afterwards.
Yeah, and all I can say is now, like, if because I've been in the game a little bit longer than you guys, is you almost have to just smile and just laugh at the attempt and don't let it bug you at all, because it's going to keep happening. And it just means that you're probably doing this and you're actually a real comic. That stuff doesn't happen to people who aren't real comics. So real comic, that's cool. Move on. It's going to be hilarious in 3 years because it goes by so fast. There's one thing if I realize, like, I've had a really good run lately and I'm feeling good and getting some paid gigs and stuff and touring a bit. Just got signed. And all of a sudden I look back and it feels like I was at 5 years ago where I was like, is this even going anywhere?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what the fuck? And like, you just got to keep doing it, make it a habit, make it your life. And then before you know it, you're like, wow, look at how far I've come, man. And always try to stop and enjoy it and smell the roses. I've never once given myself any chance to just stop and enjoy the fun I had. Like last night I just did, I'm not trying to brag or anything, I'm trying to give you an example.
Totally.
Last night I did a corporate gig, a staff Christmas party. And it's one of these moments in my life where I'm like, I would have never seen this opportunity.
No shit.
Where I'm going to a Christmas party to make strangers laugh, and I got to go through like West 4th, down this alley, and through this staircase, and there's like a big, it's like a speakeasy where like some dude opens the fucking thing with his eyes, like, what's the password?
Did you do a Christmas party for Hell's Angels? Like,
for
what
the eyes wide shut. No shit. There you go. Sex party, like Squid Games thing.
That'd be a weird. So like halfway through your set, are they just stroking? Like, when the fuck are we gonna have fun?
Okay. Someone got shot. And we have to fucking get out of an escape room. This is not what I got paid for. No, man, but it was really cool. It was an amazing little space with great people who fed me, and we all drank, and it was just a great night. And then I make these strangers laugh, and they pay me an obscene amount of money to do like 20 minutes of material.
No shit.
And I'm just like, wow, what a cool experience that was.
Fuck
man. And that is why we all do this stuff. It's for the connections too, man. Like the people were so great, and they were like, you're hilarious, and this, that, and the other. And it was like so validating for my narcissism.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. If, like, it was one thing to just show up in a room full of strangers, make them laugh and leave, but like at the end too, like, I mean,
they're like,
free
around.
drinks.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Some more turkey? I'm like, yes, I love
for
turkey.
a 20-minute set, you're like, do you guys want more time? Like, let's go.
Yeah, man. And very few people can do that, man. And if you have the ability to do it, I say do it because it feels great. And you meet really cool people. And I think that's why we all do it at the end of the day. Like, I still got a day job, you know what I mean?
Totally.
But, like, I wouldn't change this for the world, man. And I see that you guys probably have a very good fucking future in this. So keep doing it and enjoy these, soak these moments up. And, it's not, I mean, I know it's a competition, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's the most honest one I think there is out there. Joke for joke.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we'll all turn our nose up to it if we don't have it.
Yeah.
All right.
But also, too, it's not meant
so, like, that belt ain't shit to me.
But my point is, like, this one is like, it's just, it's friends getting together, and anyone can win on any given day. So don't take it too serious, and don't take it too.
I'm not talking any shit. I'm coming back.
And that is like what was so fun about that night too, which just like everyone, almost everyone on that show was just like such like a good hang. Man. Like we just had so much fun that night.
Each other in the green room.
Yeah,
so much fun.
Yeah.
I think that's got to be. Like, when you're booking a show like that, obviously you want it to be the best show possible, but are you thinking about that in your head? Are you like, who's a good hang here or whatever? Or was that just because, like, that specific group, I mean,
we had so much
obviously
fun
half of us, like, being buds and stuff like that. Like, Jonny Paul, not a close friend of ours, but we've performed with that guy so fucking much over the past 2 years. So when you see him now, it's like, it's just like hugs and loves. Even though we're all going to compete against each other, the nerves right before going on, you know, because you're deciding which bits that you want, blah, 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 right? Like all that other shit kind of goes out the window after when you get back in there, because like you said, the hang after was awesome.
And that was like even like better than like the moment like winning and stuff. Like the best part was like afterwards, like everyone was like so supportive and like so stoked, and like even like like, you know, the photos that went up on like social media and stuff, and so many people have like reached out and like people have been so like nice about it, and it's just like validating and like
they're putting
nice
some fucking respect on your name.
Yeah, exactly.
Birdman over here.
Hello, you know,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Where it's fucking due.
Well deserved, man. And that was one of the funnest nights I've had. So I thank you both for coming, and we'll definitely have you back. We might get you to judge with the belt. You gotta hand that belt off.
Yeah.
We'll get you to come in and she be the final judge in the last round.
Hey.
Last one.
There you go.
Throw it to Jackie. She's gotta hand it off, and you gotta crown him though.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be hard. It's gonna feel like taking your arm off to give it to somebody else.
So you don't give the opportunity to defend because you want a new crop of 8 to
now going to be in the
champion. Yes.
So every every 8 comedy brawls, we take. So the first 8, we took the 8 champions, and they went for champion of champions. We have one champion of champions is Ryan Williams. So you have the opportunity to be the next champion of champions with Ryan Williams, and then maybe we'll do a champion of champions.
It's going to be a very prestigious group. It's going to take a long time to get to the top of that mountain.
Yeah, it's going to take 5 years. However, so it's I believe Ed Konya and you are the next 2 from the first 8, and then we just need 6 more, and then you'll be back.
Nice.
And that's the one. That's the real one.
Yeah.
And you'll have
That'll
new
be
jokes
cool.
by then, and everything
Hopefully.
like that will be fun.
Yeah.
But then also too, it's try and showcase you guys at House of Comedy and get you some weekends.
Yeah.
Get you some hosting gigs and get all that stuff. And
that was like also like really cool to be able to like do well like on that stage too.
Yeah,
like
it's a nice little venue too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It was a good crowd, and they loved you. And
yeah, and especially because like leading up to it, like before the show started, we were all worried because there weren't a lot of people there, and then everyone just flooded in at once.
Nobody more than you.
Yeah,
Nobody more than you.
Yeah,
I
remember.
You were sweating,
like sweating,
buckets
pacing around.
Like, because you're the nicest guy, so it's you do have that initial like, hey, how we doing? Thanks for coming. You know what I mean? Like you still, you know, you're looking at it, you go like, don't be nervous. It's gonna be a good show. Blah blah blah. And then pause, look around. There ain't nobody fucking here.
I don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah. However, we found out when I went on stage and asked the audience, they thought the doors were at 7:30.
Yeah.
So everyone, like 40 people showed up at 7:30, between 7:30 and 7:35.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, there they are. So we'll definitely clear that up next time.
Totally.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you guys came and all that stuff. But what else is happening, man? The next one, I think we might cancel December and just do it in like mid-January. So if you'll be available, you can come hand off the belt.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
I'll make some time.
Clear that busy sketch.
Yeah.
And then you're not allowed to announce what you guys got going on yet?
Well,
we will. Well, we can. I don't know.
Well, it's here. You know what? Fuck all the shit. Like, because we're not like promoting or advertising anything, right? But we just got sponsored by Manscaped, which is fucking awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like a fucking huge step forward for the show. I mean,
very
they
exciting.
picked the right fucking right. I mean, for Show Me Yours, right? Like, I have not shaved my balls since we heard that we were getting the sponsorship, but then the flood started happening, so.
So everything's like delayed.
Yeah, so we haven't got the product yet, so we can't talk about it yet. But I'm telling you that my balls are so goddamn hairy, and I mean, hopefully next week you'll hear about how I've taken care of that, which is very exciting. And also we're taking we're starting our own show in kits weekly every Tuesday, but that's going to be at the end of the month, and we're really fucking excited about that.
It is on Tuesdays, yeah.
I've done it a bunch of times.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna have you for sure.
It's an interesting venue because it's a lot of people eat shit in that venue, but then you can also kill. It's just like so dependent on the crowd, but it's like really good for us to be able to like do sets in that venue every week now. Like it's just gonna make us better, and we're just like mostly stoked to have guaranteed spots every week now.
Exactly, and the opportunity to host when we want, the opportunity to
be able to practice, maybe do some longer sets.
And learn the business side of it too, right? We're going to sit down, and I mean, I'm sure like politics and all the bullshit is going to come with it, but at the end of the day, we just want to run a show that we would like to see.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if there's there's shows that if I'm not on, I'm not going to go out of my way to go check out. Right. And that's, I don't know. I'm just, speaking for me and Jackie, like we're going to try to put together something that, I mean, for that neighborhood, is going to be fucking awesome that people can come out to, and that's going to legitimize us a little bit too, because we want to start expanding and going out, right? We do a lot of shows in Vancouver, and I think, you know what I mean? Our our brand of bullshit, I think, would work fucking fantastically anywhere else, right? So I think that's just trying to, I think going closer to blue collar crowds and going closer and trying everything else, right? There's a lot of rooms that we haven't done.
That's
And
awesome, man. I like that you guys are always willing to do anything and just like anything and everything. Give me an opportunity. Just want to get on stage. That's
Hell yeah.
the best attitude.
Totally.
That's why when I
Just
message you guys for like to help me, like, I need some help. Someone dropped out, and you guys say yes right away.
Done.
That's why I keep going to those people.
Hell yeah.
When comics are like people are like, I'm so hungry. I want spots. Yeah. This spot, they're like, I'm busy.
I was prepared to fucking drive from downtown to New West when the shows were starting like half an hour apart. I was like, I guess it's just what I got to do.
Yeah,
it's just, and I was like stressing about it all day. I was like, what if I don't get there on time?
We had it planned, so like I'm gonna run.
Oh yeah, I was like, I'm gonna need you to run interference.
I'm gonna try to push this back 10 if I can. You know what I mean?
You're like you're arguing with the judges.
Yeah, I know exactly.
You can't quit.
Let's do this. I'm gonna filibuster that shit until you see Jackie come through the back. I'll be like, I concede my time.
Hilarious. Do you know what I realized we didn't even do? We didn't even talk about the album that I wanted to talk about.
Well, we can still talk about it. Yeah, why don't you say
the beginning?
Fellas, I'm here to tell you something. It's holiday season and you don't know what to get as a gift or stocking stuffer? Well, today's sponsor, Manscaped, has the tools guaranteed to win this year's stocking stuffer or white elephant competition. Manscaped is a leader in men's below the waist grooming, and they have served more than 4 million men worldwide, Jackie.
Oh.
In my math, it's about 8 million balls.
Damn.
That's a whole lot. So what you need to do right now is get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with the promo code SHOWMEYOURS, all caps, all one word. It's naughty or nice, man. 'Tis the season to perform, Jackie. It's important.
Say that again.
I don't know if you know about me, but I've been shaving my back, butt, and balls since I first saw hair poke out of there.
There you go.
I'm not going to lie to you, Jackie. I could set a land speed record on a slip and slide if I got down there right now.
Wow.
Probably break a sound barrier. I'm just saying.
Wow.
People that are looking into like UFO technology should look at my grooming techniques and the way that I hit a slip and slide in the summer. Right? Because then, maybe you can really see how easy it is to defy the laws of physics when you're done right. And the only way to do that right, Jackie, is with Manscaped.
Yeah.
The 4.0.
Yeah.
They just sent us the perfect package. It's got the 4.0 plus crop preserver, crop reviver. These are ball deodorants. These are
a little ball toner.
I mean, a ball toner. It smells amazing.
It does.
Right. It comes with the shed. It comes with a beautiful little package. Thanks for spraying that directly in my eyes. But now we finally have a sponsor that gives a shit about us, right?
Yeah.
Because if there's one thing that we care about, it's clean balls.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Right? So now we're talking to you. This is a call to action. If you're thinking about it, stocking stuffer, Manscaped has everything that you need. 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Get them balls cleaned. Yeah. Right? Manscaped cologne-infused body wash, right? Smell like a man. Do the right thing.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. Shears 2.0 luxury 4-piece nail kit.
Ooh.
Jackie, you got to keep them trimmed.
Oh, yeah.
Got to keep them trimmed.
Care.
That's important, right? How are you going to flick a bean with, all that? That's it's disgusting. Crop mops. Ladies and gentlemen, ball wipes for your stanky balls. I don't know how many times you've been at a urinal and smelt your own dick, but that's not what we're talking about anymore, right? And I mean, Manscaped signature cologne. Why not round out the whole thing?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Stuff that stocking.
Stuff it.
Ladies and gentlemen, every formulation here is vegan, cruelty-free, dye-free, sulfate-free, paraben-free. You know your balls are in good hands.
Love it.
Right? At the end of the day, what you need to do right now is just go over to manscaped.com, get 20% off, plus free shipping with the promo code SHOWMEYOURS. You know what I mean? And come over to the side where the balls are clean and nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, thank you, Manscaped.
Why don't you tell us what album you brought on?
All right, I wanted to talk about the Proclaimers' Sunshine on Leith. It was released in 1988, only 4 years after I was born.
Okay.
But it was been out there for a while. But then my mom, I'm like fully Scottish, pretty much, like 75% Scottish and I think 25% Irish.
Okay, and that's what gave you your terrible taste in music?
Completely.
Okay, fantastic.
And also my alcoholism.
I think that's pretty much the same mix-up that I got.
Okay.
Oh, look at you guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
All
Same
Scottish
stew.
and Irish.
Pale
Yeah.
skin fucks.
Yeah.
Red hair. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know what the fuck happened to me, man. I don't know. The judge is still out on that.
Such a liar. Your whole existence is a lie. What are you, in witness protection?
Shut the fuck up, man. Keep it down.
Your last name is McGillicuddy. Go fuck yourself.
I mean, I don't know. I think like when The Irishman came out and it was Robert De Niro playing that, you're like, I look more like The Irishman.
Yes.
Like that's some bullshit. But
he is not Italian. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I was raised by them, so that's all I can say.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know it's funny. My nono used to say crazy shit to me like, what the fuck? What happened here, right? Because he's dark skin Italian, dark head of hair until he was like fucking 80 something when he died.
Was your milkman a redhead?
Maybe, perhaps. Well, no, because
Red
my grandmother is light-skinned blonde woman. My mom is light-skinned blonde woman. So eventually that just kind of takes over. So my brother's got like blonde hair and blue eyes too. So, but I don't know where the fuck this red beard is coming from. But like, it covers up my double chin and
Listen, I don't
it
wanna
provides me a false sense of security.
I don't want to rock the boat in your household, but maybe 23andMe that shit.
Oh man, I don't want the number because it's gonna be so low.
Can you imagine?
Yeah,
You're
dude.
like 60% Irish or something?
That was. Oh, I'm sure. No, I'm sure there's like some German and some Italian and some English. I know that for sure. But who fucking knows?
I did 23andMe, and it was the biggest bummer.
Really?
Because I
We
thought
thought
there
she
was
was-
going to
yeah.
be. Everyone thinks that I'm a Jew, and so I was like,
Totally.
maybe. And so I did 23andMe, and I thought there was going to be like something spicy in there, but it's literally 100% Scottish, Irish, British.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I don't know.
I
Man,
mean,
hey,
it's
we own a
not
business together, dude. If she had a little Jew in her, I'd be like, nice. Like that could only be beneficial for us, like financially. I think.
Yeah. So my family very proud to be Scottish. So proud to be Scottish that I always resented St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
So like I partied on St. Patty's Day, but
Yeah.
I was always like fucking St. Patty's
Yeah,
Day.
did
What
not
has
wear
Scotland
green.
Got a day? Not knowing I'm 25% Irish, and I could have been enjoying it the whole fucking time. So stupid. And like from the age of 5 to 6 on, my mom would play Sunshine on Leith every single day. In the summer, I remember when she was cleaning the house, she'd play that record from start to finish, and I remembered every word of that album. And I didn't realize, like, when I first came into the first one we did Eminem or whatever, because that was, like, in a weird kind of time in my life. But this one is the foundation of my life.
Nice.
And I believe that this is why I have Scottish alcoholism in my blood. Just sing about getting broken up with, drinking and fighting.
Yeah.
But in, like, a ballad kind of way. It's
When
like,
I was listening to some of these songs, if I knew the words to it, like I didn't want to listen to them.
along to this. In a
Yeah, I
bar.
didn't want to listen to it by myself. Like I wanted to be
Yeah.
drunk and like
Yeah,
40 with 40 other
totally.
people that know the
At a bar,
words to that
but
totally.
shit.
it's sing-along shit.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
It's sing-along shit. Like,
Yeah.
Cap in Hand, man. That's a really good song.
Yeah, I mean, it opens up with an absolute classic.
One of the most popular songs of all time is on this album.
And that's why I was like, kind of like, oh God, what are we about to listen to here? Because it opens up with that song, but then it was like surprising, like it surprised me how much I was like into it.
There was some range there, right? Well, there's
Yeah.
there's a little bit of like rocket in there, but there's it goes from like ballads. It's quite the scape, I guess,
Yeah.
right?
And
Which
that
I
one
didn't
song I Met You, the
expect.
guitar playing in that song is
Yeah.
amazing. The
Yeah.
It's like pretty, but then like you're right, when they go for the blues, you're like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? But man, that's Scotland, dude. Like it's a dreary place.
Yeah, man.
I think if you live in a place that, I mean, gray skies and fucking rain, then I get that you have the blues because I got that shit too, right?
Yeah.
But my fingers don't move the same way that they do in the South. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like a BB
of
King, like that.
course.
Wow, wow, wow,
Yeah,
wow. You
yeah.
know what I mean, right? So when you hear somebody trying it
Yeah.
in like any white boy blues is always kind of like, ooh, this could go one of
it's
two
a
ways.
little,
Yeah, but that one I was just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna skip through this.
It's,
Yeah.
I mean, it's from 1988 from the Reed brothers. They, I think they're from Edinburgh, Scotland, which is my family's from. And
Nice.
there's like a weird mix of like drinking at the bar to a sing along to like sea shanties to like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like everything's like. I cried because you broke up with me. Now let's get drunk and get in a bar fight and do it all over
Yeah.
again
Yeah,
tomorrow.
totally.
I'm into that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sign me up.
A, B, C, D, and like that's how I get through
Yeah,
it, right? Like I don't know
yeah.
how I'm gonna get through this or why it works, but this works. Just do it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I can listen to it, and it made me feel great today to fucking listen to it again and remember my childhood, and then just kind of remember it brings me back to summers because like that's when my mom would play it from the beginning to the end.
Yep.
So it reminds me of my childhood summers and good times, and it makes me forget that I'm not talking to anyone in my family and I've been ostracized.
Nice.
They're no fault of my own.
Oh yeah,
Oh, of
no.
course
Our
not, of
viewers
course
will
not.
remember
Yeah,
the last episode where you went hard in the
Oh,
paint.
yeah.
And for those of you that haven't, go back to the first Justin Dick
Yeah,
episode.
go back
you will,
and listen to that one.
Wow. You got too drunk.
It got pretty wild there.
Like, we cut some stuff. You're like, well, we already posted it. I'm like, fuck it. Don't talk to me again anymore.
Oh no! Like, well, I mean, hey, like I think I don't think you needed a redemption episode. This is definitely it. I mean, we're only a couple drinks in. We're having fun.
Yeah.
What else? Like, what else are talking? Omicron. You guys want to talk Omicron?
Yeah, let's
What
fucking
is
talk
Omicron?
It's a new
I
variant.
thought it was a fucking planet on Futurama.
That's what exactly. Right?
So when I heard it, I'm like, this is hilarious.
These are the invaders.
I
I
already
thought.
can't take it seriously.
Yeah, and well, it's weird that it takes like the 15th letter in the Greek alphabet for everybody to start talking about it.
Yeah.
Well, they skipped the fucking the Chinese president's letters or whatever. It was supposed to be like XI or whatever.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and homeboy was like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
yeah,
God,
so there's
could
like,
you imagine?
yeah, there's pictures of the, there's So
Jean.
that was the next in line, right? That was supposed to be there, and then I don't know, all these pictures emerged with the Chinese president guy and the head of the WHO, and then somehow we just skipped to Omicron.
Yeah, he's
Donor
like, you
besides,
can't.
Fucking Bill Gates is
Right?
China.
Yeah.
You know?
So the WHO don't even recognize like. Taiwan.
Imagine if he sits that guy down. He's like, "What the fuck have I been paying you for?"
Yeah.
All
He's,
right.
You're serious.
I don't want to get into like the whole.
I don't know
this
anything
of
about
it.
politics, but like I like aliens and Bigfoot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I love a conspiracy theory. I love.
Oh,
conspiracy
yeah,
theory,
super,
but I
super
love
into
facts, and there are facts that are like, all right, guys, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
This is, I know that COVID's a real thing.
Yeah.
And I know that it's killed a lot of people and it's terrible and all this stuff. But if you don't think that this is now a for-profit pandemic,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you,
Well,
man.
like the thing that I understand, the only thing that I know about this Omicron is that it's not that bad.
Well,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
spreads a lot. It
It
spreads
spreads
a lot, right?
Very,
and it's
yeah.
like, okay, but not.
But isn't that
as
like the
everyone
regular
dies.
flu and shit? Isn't that what happened before?
Look, man, what do you want me to do? Like, how long do you want me to do this? Do you want me to be like, you're just gonna pump fear into me? Like,
I know.
Here's the thing, like, you know when you watch too much porn,
Yes.
right? And you're like, I can't get into this anymore. This is what COVID has done to me. You've pumped so much COVID into me, I can't get hard anymore.
Totally.
Yeah.
So now you're like Kevin McAllister running out of the house in Home Alone, like, I'm not afraid anymore.
Yeah.
Fear porn doesn't work on me anymore.
Totally.
I'm not afraid of COVID anymore.
Did you ever get to the point like where like after you finish you were disgusted, like how because like the porn addiction has gone so deep, so as soon as I finish I can't even look at the screen. You know what I mean? I'm like, that is sickening.
By the time when you go those like tears, those 2-week tears where you watch them, you're like, my computer definitely has a virus. The stuff that I just watched, this computer's gonna blow up on me. Or the FBI's gonna be
Yeah, chlamydia for starters. Yeah.
Friday I took a Uber home at 7 a.m. Some of that happened just the other day.
Nothing good happens from watching porn at 7 a.m. because you just wake up to watch porn. You've been up all
Oh yeah, you wake up first thing in the morning. Let's get
And
to
now
it.
you got a little burst energy, do
Yeah.
you?
Is she crying?
No, but I was.
Oh, shit. That's a good bit. Write that down. Yeah, man, but it's at the end of the day, man, I mean, you got people now talking about, oh, got to get your kids vaccinated, got to get your 5-year-old kids vaccinated, got to do this. And then we just end up arguing with each other. And it's like, I would just love it if we could just, I don't know, maybe just shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah.
For a
I
little
know.
bit. And,
Yeah.
I don't know who keeps watching the news. I don't know why you would watch the news. It's the worst place to get your information from.
Yeah.
Dude, after the past like 8 years with like all the fucking like American politics and all the bullshit, like I think it's more like sensation. It's like a TV show now. It's more entertainment than it is like information, right? Because like I have like I follow like science news and shit because that shit's like interesting to me. Half the articles I read I don't even understand.
Yeah.
You know, so like if you are looking for information in the world, then it's like up to you to like search out what you want. And if you're going to those same 5 fucking places, CNN, NBC, Fox, whatever, you know, you're just getting like a different
almost not
version of the
even
same
worth it.
bullshit.
I mean, you
And-
look at MSNBC and CNN,
They're-
they're sponsored by Pfizer, dude.
Exactly.
I was gonna say they're
All of it.
they're paid to be
Yeah,
subjective.
man.
Like
Right.
yeah.
Yes, like at the end of the day, if you're not just, you know, trying to get butt naked and party, then I don't know what you're doing because you could just worry about, you know, like the sun burning out or this. Like, I mean, everything is like potentially dangerous, and as long as you're not like, I don't know, being like a super douchebag out there, like what the fuck? I think that a lot of people want to stay inside. Like that's the only thing that I can come up with, right?
Yeah.
Because why else would everything be, you know, such a polarizing topic to some, like where everybody either thinks you're murdering your grandmother if you're, you know, running around without a mask, or the people that are actually think they're fucking freedom fighters for just trying to go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
Oh
right?
my
This
God,
whole
I
fucking
know.
thing.
Yeah.
You can't have a conversation with either of them
Either one.
Yeah.
because they're fucking both crazy, right?
Yeah.
5% of us are in the middle.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
that I know is like not
100%.
having. Like when I read the news, that like people are saying, you know, everybody's freaking out. I'm like, not
It's
really. Like,
like,
who?
no one gives a fuck
don't know,
anymore.
but
Everyone's
Nobody's bringing that shit to
everyone's
mind.
fucking tired of it.
I-
And it's like been like almost 2 years now with like so much extreme like governmental control and power. And it's like, at what point is this just like normal now? Because I feel like people have become so desensitized to it, and they're like, oh, whatever, you know, this is just like the way it is now. And so it's like, does it ever like go back to like what it was, or is this just the new normal now?
What I notice is that there's this weird trend that the media tries to portray onto us, and like people on social media trying to earn brownie points is absolute compliance is linked to intelligence.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if I'm absolutely compliant,
Yeah.
I'm smarter than you. And it's like, that is, I assure
That-
you, that's not
That
how
is
it works.
certainly not
Yeah.
true.
It's like,
Yeah.
listen to me, man. I wear the mask, okay? I wear the mask into the store. You
Sure.
feel better? You
Yep.
scared?
Yep.
Okay, I'll wear the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But
for
do
other
I-
people. It's not for the
Do
thing.
I
That's
believe
Okay.
Nah.
that the mask is working 100%? No, I
No.
don't. Okay, it's physically impossible.
because everybody picks and chooses, man. You were at the House of Comedy the other fucking day. If I'm in like tiny, like, I mean, House of Comedy's a big fucking room, but we were in tiny bar shows all the fucking time,
Yeah.
right? And like, I mean, if you're where do you draw the line from here to there? Because I think it's the rules of like in place of like where you have to wear and where that you can't, right?
Yeah.
Like when
And, like,
when
so-
nobody can understand what the fuck is.
And like it doesn't really
logic
make
behind it.
sense. Like last night we were at a concert and we could all sit down in chairs with our masks off, but we weren't allowed for the chairs to be gone and us all to be like dancing around. We had to sit, but we're all still in the same fucking room.
And it's
Like,
the rickshaw
yeah.
theater, so they're like
Yeah.
full contact moshing and dancing are not legal. Yes,
Yeah,
they
they
went full
said- they
contact
said-
mosh first.
Yeah, they said
It's a ska
dancing
show.
wasn't legal.
They're
we're
moshing at ska shows?
Ska punk, like there's a lot of punk rockers at ska shows, so like you can get a little bit of that. I think when because there's a lot of ska punk bands.
Is ska
So
walking in the spider webs? Like they were the first ska band, weren't they?
well, no, I mean we could get
We can
deep
get
into
into ska.
Ska is like the ska originated in like Jamaica, kind of like before reggae and stuff. It's like two-tone, kind of upbeat, like dunna, and then a lot of that made its way over to England, and then you have like bands in I want to say like the 50s and the 60s, bands like the Specials, and they kind of like originated like two-tone kind of ska and like the look and the vibe that we know of it now. Then in the late 80s, early 90s, it gets to California where like punk rockers start doing it, and then it becomes like ska punks, and you have Rancid and like No Doubt and all that kind of came from that section, right? So there's been like waves of ska. A lot of people will say third wave ska sucks, but Sublime.
They're
Date Rape.
ska,
That's a ska
right?
band. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did a lot of
Hold on,
other
mosh
stuff,
to
but
that shit? You are angry.
there's
It's just like a
Operation
sweet-
Ivy. I'll give you a tape
Yeah.
to listen to, and then you'll be like, oh, I see how you can do that. So everybody wishes
Yeah.
Operation Ivy would come back and do it, but no, I think if you're the Slackers,
Our first episode.
go check out the Slackers.
First episode of the podcast was Operation Ivy.
Yes, it was.
You clearly
Yes.
haven't gone back in
Yeah.
the archives.
I don't watch your first episode. The first one sucks.
Yeah, don't watch it. Don't watch it.
I'm like, I'll go 20 in.
Yeah, well, no, it's a good call. It's a good call because I think at that point I was just trying to be like pleading to the camera of like one of the most popular bands in the genre. So like I'm not talking
Yeah.
to my friends, but like I'm like if you don't know who this band is, check them out because they're the shit. And then I realized I'm like I don't have to do that. Operation Ivy's that band's legacy speaks for itself. They don't need me.
And like we didn't even like I don't think either of us ever looked at the camera once. We were just like talking to each other. So it
Yeah,
just looks like we're just having a fucking conversation with each other over
Totally,
a desk.
totally.
Man, progression, right? Progression.
Yeah.
not
That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about. But I mean, yeah, no, I'll go to bat for ska every day. But like I mean, but at the end of the
Yeah,
day, like
sweet
they're the I know they're
horn
the worst. Like I know when you see a guy with glasses and a fedora and shit, you're like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, thin tie.
Yeah.
To each their own.
Yep.
To each their
It
own.
was fun. It was a lot of fun last night. It was just so nice to like hear live music again and like be
Yeah.
like around people, and everyone got up and started
Totally.
dancing too,
Yeah.
and
And
just
that
to be in
band-
that environment.
That band in particular has a lot of bangers too. So like over the course of our friendship or whatever, I've been kind of forced a lot of this stuff on Jackie, and then her Spotify playlist thing comes out and like punk rock was in there, and I was like, oh,
It was my top genre.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
very cool, very cool. Yeah, but there was a couple fellas that were dancing like they showed up shit-faced, right?
God,
And they were really moving and grooving.
They're really into
my
it.
sister is there, and I'm not going to speak out of turn here when like, she's got a giant set of tits on her, right? Poor little girl, my little sister, right? So she's also wearing a Hooters t-shirt.
I'm just like your producer over there is laughing, but I'm just like because I'm like I'm sorry,
producer.
who? And then like
My little sister.
You heard
but
giant
just the way
set
you
of
said
tits.
that, it was like
She's got
I'm like,
huge
she
tits.
does. She does some.
But anyway, so this girl's wearing a Hooters t-shirt, right? But I'm going out for a smoke, and when I come back in, I didn't realize like the shit just got weird, right? So the one time the guy leaves the group or whatever,
Which
this
happens
fella,
every
what
fucking
happened,
time.
Jackie?
So yeah, this happens like a lot every time we're anywhere at like stand-up shows or usually stand-up shows. Jonny goes out for a smoke, and all of a sudden, people are very weird towards me. And so
what kind of vibe are you giving off?
I have no fucking idea.
Her fucking act.
Yeah, literally.
So it's the cum is just falling out of me.
Exactly.
I have no idea why people
Yeah, a
are
lot of
so
guys are like-
hypersexual
By the way,
towards
use that
me.
cornhole tag I gave you.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. You were when you were on stage. He's in the back. He's like, the name is Cornhole.
It's got a name.
It's right
The
there.
game's got a
I
name.
know. Sorry.
Right there for her.
Beanbag toss at a carnival. I think that floats off. I think that floats off the tongue more.
It sounds sexual. It works.
Yeah, if you're just gonna discount it and not
I
give it a
can-
shot.
No. I'll
Send me
give
the
it a
clip.
whirl. Yeah.
No.
But yeah, so last night Jonny goes out for a smoke, and so it's me and Jenny, and yeah, she's wearing this Hooters t-shirt, and one of these like drunk guys who's been dancing around walks up to us, but he was wearing his mask, so we couldn't hear anything he was saying, and he's just pointing at her tits, and all we could hear
Your
was
sister's tits.
yeah, all we could hear is just him saying Hooters, like just Hooters, and just like pointing at her tits, and we were like, what the fuck? And this went on for probably like 30 seconds
It's a
until he
long
just
time
like
to get pointed at.
yeah, until he just like awkwardly walked away, and we were like, what the fuck was that? And so then Jonny gets back, and this guy
They're
is
just
like
chatting too. Like, I mean, I didn't get a vibe like anything was weird,
Yeah,
right?
well,
But
like,
then
they're,
he
like,
comes and sits
dancing-
down, and I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah, they're like dancing around again, being like fun. And then like he comes over, and he's like, hey, like I'm sorry about that. I wasn't trying to be weird. And Jonny's like, don't apologize. You didn't do anything. And we were
You
like,
were on ecstasy. You were on ecstasy. 100%.
I was having drinks, man. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? I'm like, what are you apologizing to me for?
Hey, so you come back and hang out?
Yeah, exactly.
Show him to you.
We're cool. Well, no, I had no idea that it had happened, right? So then I look over like, what the fuck? And she tells me, he's like, oh yeah, when you were out smoking, this guy spent the entire time pointing at her tits saying Hooters. And I'm like, oh, do I gotta fuck this guy up now?
So,
and we were like, I was like, why were you pointing at her tits? And he was like, I have the same shirt. And we were like,
that's what it was, for sure, yeah.
And he's just a fucking, it's just hammered, and he's a moron. And the plot thickens because at some point somebody asked him to, or I guess Jen had said that he got kicked out or something. Anyway, I'm a heavy smoker, so it's a long show. I'm going out for a butt, and I go for another cigarette, and this fucking guy, as soon as I'm walking out the door, 5 police are crossing the street on Granville towards the rickshaw front door, and like a couple of them are looking at me, right? And they look at the owner, and they're like, "Hey, Mo, who's giving you problems?"
What?
Yeah, and I'm just pulling a cigarette. I'm like, "It ain't fucking me."
yeah, no one giving me problems.
So they point at that guy, and all these cops fucking rush to him. And I asked somebody what's going on, and apparently, like he got into some fucking tiff with a bouncer, and he took the metal bar that they have the velvet rope or whatever with, and he tried to fucking hit a bouncer in the head with it. And I'm like, no, man,
that's not
no,
gonna go well.
dude, the response time was incredible. And like, it took
Well, we were on like East Hastings, so they just take.
What was your problem? He's like, I was just trying to say I had the same shirt.
Yeah, this is security. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Security Hooters.
Yeah. No, it's not gonna work again. But yeah, this fucking guy had no idea. Really, what the hell was going on? Because like the dazed look at his head when he's trying to explain like, oh no, officers, everything's fine, right? But then he's starting to get like the you know what that's about.
And he could see it in his face, like, oh, I'm getting fucking arrested right now. So I mean, that was cool to see.
Yeah, and then his friend, because we don't even know if they knew each other. They both just kind of were drunk, dancing around, and then just kind of like morphed like together. And we were like, I don't
weird.
think
These
they're
dudes
here
are
together.
Shit-faced.
But then the other guy, was.
But
just
the
like
whites are really taking on the ska, you know, right? So I mean, if you get someone who's really about dancing,
studded jacket.
a lot of punk, a lot of punk rockers. Not as many dreadlocks out here. Kind of like greasy crust punks. You'll see a lot of like the sleeveless vests with all the patches and all that shit or whatever. You see a lot of those.
A lot of colorful hair.
So
a lot of Vans.
Is your sister available to judge the next Comedy Brawl?
She'll be there for a cameo, I'm sure. Yeah, she's available.
All right, Jess, please don't watch this episode. Well, man, I don't know. I mean, it's your show, but we've been going for like a little bit.
Yeah, we could land the plane,
wrap
man.
it
We
up.
can absolutely land the plane right now.
I'm happy to keep going, but you know, I know.
Oh no, not after it's
no,
presented.
we don't
It's
got
all good.
anything.
I mean, hey, let's have a couple drinks. Let's kick some
Yeah,
bullshit
well,
with the camera off. How about
Let's
that?
do that.
Yeah, we'll talk more with the camera
We'll talk
off.
about who we hate and who we like.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We're friends.
I'll
Let's
tell
cut
you
the shit. Let's go.
I'll tell you the rest of that fucking story.
I know
Yeah,
it's not
plug
my
your
show
shit. Let them know.
and
No, let them
yeah.
know anything that you have coming up.
I got a bunch of stuff coming up, but I can't talk about all of it. But the first one I want to talk about is Saturday, January 29th at Big Rock Brewing. We're starting a brand new all-pro show. It's going to be amazing. A good budget. All comics can get paid, fed, and drinks. All that stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. I got some stuff I can announce a little bit later about a festival and all that stuff later, but we'll get into that after. And I just wanted to say congratulations to you, Jackie. That was one of the most fun brawls we ever had. Jonny, you did great too. But I'm always impressed and admire your work ethic, and I think you guys have got a long future in this thing. So thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
I love coming here, and I hope we can keep doing it.
Fuck yeah, man. We love you too, dude. This
Thanks
ain't
for
going to be the
coming.
last time, man.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Cheers.